Played 222 games for 3 clubs, Carlton, North Melbourne and the Melbourne Football Club. Originally from the Tasmanian club of Campbelltown, he went on to become one of the most flamboyant personalities in the history of the game. He played in Carlton premiership sides in 68 and 70 and of course with North Melbourne in 75 and 77. So at the moment, he has been fighting a debilitating disease called Meniere's disease, but of course we remember him and know him well as the Tiger. Let's hear it for Brent Crosswell.
Take a seat, mate. Let's relax.
Tiger, Brent, welcome to the Footy Show. Thanks very much for joining us tonight. Just first of all, Meniere's disease, it's a disease that the major symptoms are vertigo and things like that, I believe. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it's a disorder of the inner ear that which tends to make the world rotate. And you get symptoms like vertigo, tinnitus and loss of hearing, although I've not had loss of hearing, but I suffer from the vertigo. I've got a kind of mild imbalance always, at least for the last 7 years, and it makes me prone to vertigo attacks.
Well, anyhow, Brent, when we said we were coming down here and you were going to be on the show, there's many thousands of people in Melbourne wanted to know how you were going, and they'll be very pleased to see you, and will be very gratified by that explanation of how your health is. Getting on to football matters. Pardon?
Very nice of you to say that, actually. That's very nice. Did you get that? I didn't know you could actually wear a piece of the Great Barrier Reef, but you get away with it.
You wouldn't like to think he's having a lend of us, would you?
Did you net that, or?
Pardon?
Did you net that, or was it on the rod?
Did I net that?
Yeah, it was on the rod.
Did I knit it or did I net it?
Did you net it, or was it on the rod?
Just chat amongst yourselves. We'll clear this up.
I love the tie. It's very classy.
Well, maybe I could give it to you, Brent. You're not wearing one.
Well, I lost my dog collar the other way. I love that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. A good dog lead.
Okay, it's like Morecambe and Wise, this. Now, Brent, what I want to ask you is...
What do you want to ask me?
I've got a feeling you climbed the mountain a fraction early. You played in a premiership in your first year, and it all seemed to be a bit of an anti-climax after that. Is that right?
I think that's right, Sam. I mean, I think I idealise the game, as all youngsters do, but particularly youngsters born in the Midlands of Tasmania. And I just think it did come a bit easy, and I did feel a loss of direction at the end, you know. So
at the end?
At the end of 1968. And,
oh, yeah.
There was that loss of momentum, and I felt somewhat directionless.
Well, what made you continue? As Ed's read out these magnificent statistics of yours.
I didn't continue, you see, and all that. I mean, I continued in a rather half-hearted way, you see. That's why I got into trouble all the time.
Yeah, and Ron Barassi was a coach of yours. You used to play chess with him over the phone. That would have been an interesting...
It was one of the most boring experiences of my life.
I was going to say, Morecambe and Wise over there. I'm tipping you're Morecambe, Sam.
No, that's Trev talking over there. He's not even going to bother looking at you, Trev.
Keep going.
So then you moved on, and was there with any great alacrity? I know you're a wordsmith and you've written magnificent pieces for the Age.
Well,
in fact, you're perhaps the last person that wrote a magnificent piece for the Age.
Alacrity means briskness, but something like that. Yes, yeah. But go on, what are you saying?
Well, you moved on then, and with any alacrity did you attack the rest of your football career, or the rest of your life, in fact?
That's very funny, Sam. You're going to amuse me before this evening's out, aren't you? But, no, I really didn't apply myself because I was half-hearted about it. I wanted to move on and do other things, you see.
But one thing you used to do, Brent, is just to freshen up for finals time, you always used to snot someone about mid-year so you could have about an 8-week holiday just to loosen you up before the finals came in.
It's funny, you know, I always thought of you as a clean player, and But actually, I didn't really think of you as a clean player at all. You used to worry me, Sam, because you used to raise your knee. You had a high, ability to raise your knee. And in fact, I called you Dialysis Newman. I just felt that you always aimed your knee at my kidneys and most of my vital organs from the navel down. And I never got in front of you. I never got in front of you.
And what vital organs they've turned out to be, Brent. Those, you've had a fair run in your time, I'll give you the tip. I've seen you in action, Brent, and it's something to behold.
That's very nice of you to say that, and you're a man of some discernment, Sam, you know.
Brent, when you played and we saw you bursting into packs and the arms going and the chesting and all the rest of it, was a fair amount of that bluff to the opposition?
It was a bit of bluff, but I just felt that was something I had to do because the club liked it that way. I mean, they wanted someone to be aggressive, and so I did that. Now, whether there was some intrinsic part of me that was inclined to do that, or whether I was just conforming to what the club wanted, I don't know. But yeah, I used to do that, and of course it is a bit of a bluff. But at the back of the bluff, you've got to be able to finish it off. And I was quite prepared. Although I mentioned this in the paper, I've written about it. I was never a courageous player. But I was someone who was prepared, if pushed, to go on with it, you know. But I think you had to do that. You had to be able to do that.
No, but that is courage in itself, Brent, without actually pumping you up too much.
I won't have you say I've got courage, because I haven't got courage. I was tough, but I didn't have one bit of courage. I make a distinction, you see.
Right. Okay. Justin, you've got an interesting story from Carlton.
Yes, Tiger. I was coached under Robert Walls for a long time, and Robert Walls tells one particular story one day that when you're at Carlton, you were very late for a game at Western Oval, I believe, and you arrived about half an hour late for the team meeting. You settled in all right though, and then they turned the news on later that night, and here were you with the long hair and the beard at a picket line at a protest outside the Commission housing in Brooklyn somewhere, just the other side of Footscray.
Yeah, I didn't do that, but it's interesting in the sense that, I mean, your reputations are made by the conversations of others. I mean, it's, your wit's made by the conversations of others. And you really don't do the things that people say you do, most of the things, and also you're not as funny as people make out you are. So, no, I never did that. So it's interesting.
Brent, no, I think you're doing a good job now.
Brent, can I ask you what it was like in the 77 grand final when you were moved from the forward line to full back and you ran straight down the middle of the ground and chested Peter Moore? It was the first televised grand final. 100,000 people at the MCG, and the whole place just erupted, and North Melbourne came back from 27 points down at three-quarter time to draw the game, as Trevor reminds me often, against Collingwood. What was going through your mind at that stage? Was just the sense of theatre, or was it the...
Well, not really. I mean, I was exhausted. I didn't want to go down there, you see. I mean, and to be asked to go down from full to, for full forward to full back was just too much, and I didn't really want to do that, but... Anyway, that's something again.
Now, I don't know if you take an interest in the football these days, Brent, but we've got some teams to read out.
Two of Brent's old teams, actually.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Can I excuse myself?
No.
Do I have to sit here? Or...
No, stay with us,
We'd
Brent.
like your comments on how the game's going. And,
I'm really looking forward to that.
All right.
Yeah, you've taken a keen interest in the game.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Brent, just before we go... Are you finding with the Meniere's disease now that you're on top of it, or is it a constant battle for you?
Am I on top of it?
Is it something you can recover from or beat? Or?
I mean, most of the time it runs a benign course and it's not a problem. And it wasn't a problem for me. I've had it since '83, and it's a bit of alliteration there, Sam, actually. No, it's something I hope to get on top on eventually, Eddie. Seriously, and I think I can. And I just hope that it comes right one day,
Well, as Sam said when we introduced you there, everyone in the mainland who remember you as the great player and the bon vivant around town as well, wish you all the best. And thank you very much for coming onto the show.
Touching.
Brent Crosswell. The great Tiger Crosswell.